Nothing we say is investment advice. Please pause on all 3 pages of this disclaimer and read it.
Morning, everybody. Cowboy here. Late start. Apologies. The fact is, I'm just sick. I get the flu. I was up a lot of the night. I actually slept a little bit better last night because I gave in and took Tylenol. So you're actually supposed to let the fever do its thing. But at any rate, I'm here, and let's talk about the charts. Silver above 90, right? So we had silver. In fact, let me go over to the weekly report. See if I can open that up because I think I predicted that. Give me a second. I gotta change the chart format here. We'll see how close my my weekly report prediction was to silver. You know, silver, I just did I usually try to not do more than like 1 or 2 projections. Silver is just like it's either going to go sideways or up, and that's what it's been the last several weeks. Oh, here it is. Give me 1 second. Moving a little slow today. Like I said, just was like up. Okay, so let me share this screen. It is sharing. Good. You should be able to see that. 5x5. Thank you, Mikey. Is that Mickey or Mikey? It's Mikey. So yeah, I thought it would, as I predicted, kind of like knock its head on this area. It just took a couple extra days to get there. Now, might it go above that? It's possible, but 92 is an area of prior resistance, so it may have a hard time getting above 92. But it is above 90, psychological number, but 92 is the number we're looking for, right? We want silver to break that resistance so it can have a chance to go up a bit higher than that. Now let's look at gold. Gold wasn't slammed down quite as hard, but it is moving like silver. It's just kind of more of the sideways grind. So I think we have a little ways to go before we're going to see the uppity, maybe later this week or next week, if at all. But I do think long-term it is going to head up, like not even long-term, in the next week or two, you'll start to see it break this 52.60 area that's like right about here. It should break that. And then, the next level to break is the all-time high. What I'll do is take a look back at the other chart, and we'll go over the regular stuff that we do. So the NASDAQ is at least short-term bullish. It broke out, or at least it's trying to break out of the consolidation that I described yesterday. It's a low time frame relative consolidation. It's been bouncing back and forth between the 17th. So I expected it to possibly knock its head here and then head up. But remember, consolidations always end. So what would happen here is that, sure, it might bounce back and forth maybe, right, for who knows how long. But at some point, it's going to break either up or down. And to look at the algos, if it breaks out soon, it'll be up, most likely. It could break out now. Right? It's quite possible. If it breaks out soon, it would break out up. That's most likely how that's going to be. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It technically has kind of broken out the way that I drew this thing, but if you look at the prior peaks, it should be just a little bit higher than what I drew. Maybe something like here. So we're still, it's broken out, but it's going to have to continue up, like to break out for today. It's going to have to push up pretty good, right? And it could, that with the algos, it's not a strong move up, but it's enough of a solid move up that it could push out. And then once it gets past a certain point, then it's going to be strong because the market will catch on. The next level that you would have to beat is up at 25,470 up here. So NASDAQ might just grind up and have a nice pop up today or tomorrow soon. We'll see about it. Let's take a look at, okay, so, well, it looks like I called this one so far, USD/JPY, kind of a grind up. So I'll probably end up just continuing with this thesis where it's going to grind up, maybe knock its head on 157.70 and head down. Morning, Miko. And apologies for the tardiness, everybody. I just I'm sick. I was running 102 fever, and I probably still am. I got up late, and but I'm still gonna deliver. I'm still gonna do this work. I might not do the show today on Rogue because that's not this kind of work. That's I'll let V and Gus yell about Trump for an hour. I don't need to be a part of that. But yeah, I think we're going to see this go up to 157.70. Let's see. I'm just looking at the indicator stack just to get some clues on the feel here. Yeah, this is gonna do just what I said. And again, I gave two projections, right? So what I would do with this, excuse me, if I were to take a trade on this, I'd look for this pullback and try to go long into this area. So if let's just say price did exactly what I predicted, which it rarely ever does exactly what anyone predicts, although I come pretty close sometimes, then I would take a long, use the pullback as structure, and then take a long up to this this level and not quite have a take profit here. That's how I would handle that. But it needs to come down to that level and turn around. Bitcoin continues to follow the prediction I made like a week and a half ago. So let's let the system catch up. There we go. So I'm going to zoom out a bit, and you can see Bitcoin just literally like doing what I said. Now, is it going to, this is where it might diverge. I thought it might diverge from my prediction right here, but it didn't. It actually bounced pretty much where I said it would bounce. Now, is it going to continue up here? It might, the longer or the farther out these predictions go, the less likely they are to be true. But this one has remained true since last Monday, which is pretty impressive. That's, calling it out a week and a half in advance in such a precise manner is pretty impressive, guys. It just is, like as I told the private live lab, as I said on here yesterday, like, so this computer's been funky today, man. There we go. See, to predict it like this is pretty darn good. This is a good prediction to go out this far, have these levels be, and this pattern be as relatively accurate as it is. That's a hell of a prediction. So that one's still going strong. Let me see here. Okay. I basically gave this one out here in public, this kind of plan. So I will want to, I'm going to share this with the private live labs just so they understand the plan. Short-term view on Germany 30 on Owanda. Sure, Mick. Let's make this a little clearer. Just want to put this in the lab. You want to see Germany 30, so basically the DAX Ger 30. That'll be FXCM. But I'm not seeing Owanda, and I should see. I know I have Owanda data. There we are. Just had to spell it out. Data's slow today. Just like me, a little slow. Yeah, this like flu bullshit, man. It's gotten a hold of me. I've been sick for 3 days, and then I was sick the week before too. I had 2 different flus that are rather similar. I think my barber gave me the flu, to be honest. He said, "Oh yeah, I quit." I looked at my barber. I said, "You don't look so good, bro." It's like, oh, well, yeah, I quit chewing tobacco. I chewed tobacco for years, and then, my life insurance guy came by, so I had to stop. And I stopped permanently, and my body's in withdrawal. I'm like, motherfucker, you look like you're sick. All right, fine, whatever, Got the haircut, got sick, motherfucker. Also, might have been Chuck E. Cheese. I went to Chuck E. Cheese. One of my kids' friends or whatever had a little birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. This is bullish. Overall, it's bullish. It's just bullish against resistance. So it's kind of like just grinding up. But yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, you're in a room with like 100 people and mostly all kids. It could have just as easily been that. So I can't like condemn my barber. But motherfucker, you're sick. Don't show up to cut hair. You're going to be breathing on me for an hour, while I get my fade up. Like, come on, dude. The fuck you doing to me? I ain't got time to be sick. I got shit to do, brother. I got a house full of kids. All right, so look, this is bullish. The problem is that if you go back through time, not a lot of local precedent for price. I mean, it's sitting in an all-time high. Yeah, thanks, Lisa. I got all kinds of stuff in my arsenal. All kinds of you name it, and it's all the stuff I use is like, I think I've got liposomal vitamin C, but I've got a wife who's a nutritionist that she just has a cabinet full of stuff. It's just, usually I don't get sick. I'm not the one who gets sick in the house, but this time it hit me twice. I think it's just because I've been working too much and not getting proper sleep. I think this, I think what this is going to do, just by looking at, because this is a weird one, the Germany 30 looks like it'll eventually try to readdress this top here. And you wanted a short-term view. Short-term view, I think, will be that the problem with the Germany 30 is that the volatility is not that high. So it's going to rock back and forth between structure. So you're probably going to get Germany 30 heading up to 25,350. And it's probably going to reject. If it doesn't reject, then it's going to pop up and it may reject at 25,552. What is it? 25,520. And if it breaks above there, it's blue skies. And then you're just going to be, going until it doesn't go anymore. So that's the look. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but what needs to be understood is that with the volatility so low, I would not be trading against those structures. I would be out before that structure is going on, but I think it's going to go right up until then. That's on the 3 hour. So if I were to go down to like a lower time frame, like the 5-minute chart, then what you're probably going to see, I would guess that you would see like it's either going to break out and just go without pullbacks all the way up. So, something like this. I mean, there's always pullbacks, but no like significant pullbacks. I would just have a stop below at least some of the structure, like the consolidation where price is going to want to come back down and grab. That consolidation is going to be here, right? And in this environment, there is a chance it's either going to grab it or not, but it could. Markets tend to want to come down and snatch real quick and then head up. So that you might be looking at that kind of scenario like that, or maybe it just comes down to like this area where the top of this, like the highest price in that consolidation. If I were being risky with the stops, I'd have it like kind of in here in this area inside the consolidation, but I might take it a little bit lower. I'd take it maybe below some of that structure, which is going to eat into your risk to reward. This is a 2.5 to 1 just entering right now. And if it pulls back down, you could get like a second entry that's like a 3.7 to 1. So, but I expect this move in the Germany 30. So that's going to do it for the live lab. Again, apologies for the tardiness. Just I'm sick, man. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I could have taken today off and slept and not felt guilty about it, but I figured we should just do the video. So thank you all for watching. There's a link in the description for a free algo. Go in there, click that link, and we will send you a video. That video will show you how I build an algo, how I turn it into code, and how traders will connect their algos to their broker. So basically, it will trade for them while they're not sitting at the computer once they have optimized their algos. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. EST. And we're going to head over to the private live lab now.
Join us or die.
Just kidding. You're not going to die. We love you.